Okay, here we are. Hello, all. Here we are, Merrick Library, happy half hour, the third one. I can't believe it. I'll wait for some more people to come in before I start going through the whole spiel. But for those of you who are here, we made it through another week. I've got my Dr. Pepper ready to go. Welcome everybody who's joining. It is just about 5 o'clock, maybe a little after 5. This is our third episode of the Happy Half Hour from the Merrick Library, although it's from my kitchen. So come on in. I'll get to my little friends here later, my little props. But first, I want to thank you all for coming. I want to say thank you to all of our Merrick patrons. We miss you. We can't wait to see you again. We've reached out and called a bunch of you over the past week or two. It's been wonderful to hear your voices. I hosted a book discussion this week via Zoom, which was amazing, and I was so glad to see so many of you there. I hope you guys are all staying safe and staying home and staying healthy. And once again, I want to thank you all our patrons, for all of your support. We appreciate you more than we could ever say. So I wanted to just give you guys a great big shout out, because even though the building is unavailable, we're all here for you virtually. So that's good. And with that, I'm going to start our happy half hour with my Dr. Pepper. So cheers. Happy Friday. We made it here. That is a very good varietal of Dr. Pepper. Delicious. So I hope you're all cheering with me. I wanted to just mention a couple of things. We talked about this last week, that Merrick Library's 3D printer. We made a bunch of face shields. And hello, Big Bill. Thanks for joining. I love to see you out there. Cheers. Clink. Dr. Pepper. And the one thing I wanted to point out is that we actually have, so we made all those face shields, the 3D printed face shields, and this is Josh. Wait, let's see if I can get this right. Oop, here he is. This is Josh, our user experience librarian at the Nassau University Medical Center, dropping off the face shields. There he is. So we are so appreciative that he did that, and it was amazing, and it really, it just makes you feel good that you're able to do something like that in some small way. So we appreciate that. User experience librarian Josh did that. Can I just say, one of these weeks, I will figure out how this works, because I can't get it right. All right, but that's probably part of the fun. Okay, so there he is. That's Josh. Go, Josh. So that was the first thing I wanted to mention. All of you who are just joining, come on in, get comfortable, we have a little special guest out there. I'm going to get to that special guest in just a moment, just to give her a big shout out, but cheers with your Dr. Pepper. I wanted to mention a couple of things. The first thing is that, as most of you know, I do a great big book discussion, and it's a wonderful group of people. People come from all over, Merrick patrons, all kinds of places. The most recent book discussion we did was for a book called The Light from Other Stars, and that is by local author Erica Swiler. And I am thrilled to be able to say that this local author won the Long Island Reads 2020 award. So I'm going to show you that, because we discussed her book at our book discussion. We had over 50 people at the book discussion to discuss this book. And there was going to be a big award ceremony, and Erica was going to be there in person and sign books and do all these wonderful things with all of the fans. And I was thrilled. I was all set to go. And then plans changed. But the Long Island Reads Committee, which, as you know, is a group of Long Island libraries from Nassau and Suffolk, put together a live Facebook event. So if you're not doing anything on Sunday, I am telling you, I'm going to be watching this event on the Long Island Reads Facebook page. Please, you must check it out. Erica is delightful. Her book is delightful. I interviewed her for the Top Shelf at Merrick Library podcast. I could not put this book down. There it is. So go to facebook.com, Long Island Reads. She will be live this Sunday at 2 p.m. There it is. And you are going to want to check that out. Erica is actually watching right now. So I am now very nervous that I don't screw anything up. So with that, I'm going to take a little liquid courage from Dr. Pepper and continue on with the show. So if you're doing anything Sunday and you can't get out, it's 2 p.m. You don't need a ticket. Just show up at this Long Island Reads Facebook page and you'll get to see Erica live, which I am thrilled about because I just love this book. I don't want to say anything about it. Go to the Facebook page and you can find out anything else that you need to know about it. The other thing I wanted to mention is what's going on right now at Merrick Library is this little book competition between Merrick Library and the Belmore Library. Who will read the most books? Merrick people, time is running out. That's all I will say about that. Get your votes in. You can find where you can enter your titles. That book would qualify. What book would qualify? Light from Other Stars would qualify. If you've read that book, that would qualify. Okay, so you're going to want to log your books, get it in there, and if you put a hashtag with it, Belmore Merrick Book Battle, we get an extra point. Rumor has it, we are not, this group, this library, might be in the lead. So we want that library to be in the lead. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay, so I will get to these globes shortly. I also want to point out Merrick Library has a YouTube. You know what's really funny? I ran out of color toner, so I don't have any. So everything is black and white, just like when I was a kid and there were black and white televisions. Yes, I am probably as old as the earth. So that's fine. Keep my hair colored. No one will know. But in the meantime, you can see color television on the Merrick Library YouTube page. And that YouTube, which I know the name is, it's called Merrick Library New York, at Merrick Library NY. So you can go there, and if you're not sure, Merrick Library NY, all one word. And you can see all of Miss M's sing-alongs and all of the children's read the books that they read to everybody, the live stuff, the posts, Miss Miriam's stuff, Librarian Lori's stuff is there. Some of these videos are there. So I think that's really something that you're going to want to look at. And somebody is sending me a text because they can't get in. Oh boy. Okay, so let's see. I have a couple of comments already. The globes. Hi, Marion. How are you? Yes, the face shields are amazing. Okay, Erica says on Sunday she will, let me get Erica back here. Hold on, where is she? Here she is. She will be dressed to the nines from the waist up and pajama bottoms below. I will not say that I might be wearing Betty Boop pajama bottoms right now. I don't know. I am not going to say. And hello, Evelyn. I see you out there. Michelle. Hi, Mishy. How you doing? Billy's watching on, I'm on his TV right now. I don't know what that means. Hopefully that does not put 10 pounds on me. If I do it this way, you can't see my double chin probably. But you get to see Erica. So that's a good thing, right? The other thing I wanted to point out is there is a book discussion coming up. I am hosting a Zoom book discussion, and that is open to everyone. But for Merrick patrons, because you guys have Hoopla, this is all of the information. On Wednesday, May 6th at 7 p.m., I'm going to be discussing Searching for Sylvie Lee by Jean Kwok. This is the book we were supposed to be discussing on that day anyway. Luckily, it's available on Hoopla with no wait. There's no waiting for that. And you can also get it on Overdrive and Libby, the audiobook and the ebook. So Hoopla has the ebook, and Overdrive and Libby has both versions of the book, which is great. So that is May 6th at 7 p.m. There is a link. If you get our newsletter, there will be a link there for you to register for that. You just have to sort of click in and register that you're going to be on the Zoom at that time. But we'll post, check our Facebook page for information about that. So that's Searching for Sylvie Lee. And that's on Wednesday, May 6th at 7 p.m. We did it at 7 p.m. Just so you know, I go to bed at 9:30, so I will have you out of there before then. I promise I will have you out of there before then because I will be yawning probably. I did it at 7 p.m. so that the people who missed the book discussion when we have it during the week at 2:30, you guys get to go. It's later on at night. Maybe you're exhausted from the day and you just get to listen to me talk, which is exhausting, but at least you don't have to do that much work. You can sort of sit back and relax and enjoy the show. So that's on May 6th. Now, today I was all excited because I thought, well, it's Friday. It'll probably be beautiful out, and I can switch from Dr. Pepper to Capri Sun. But it didn't happen that way. Mother Nature had a different plan for me. And so let's toast to Mother Nature because she's got a very special day coming up. And as you can see, I've got the whole world in my hand. That was my son's joke, so I have to give him props for that. But Merrick Library is getting ready for Earth Day, which is next week. It's also, we're going to be celebrating it all week, Earth Week. So with that, I'm going to give you a couple little trivia questions about the globe, about the Earth. Let's see how you do. I guess if you get a wrong answer, you can feel free to make your own little competition. Let's see how you do with that. Luckily, I have the answer, so I can't do that. Oh no, it looks like we have a special guest. There he is. He's back. Remember him from episode 1 and episode 2? Oh my goodness. Hi, Carrie. There's my friend from the South. You meet people all over the world, folks. You meet people all over the world, and I am delighted that you're here. So that's our friend, if you remember from the first episode, when we maybe tried to have a man, Joe Exotic, show up, but he was busy. He wasn't able to be here, so we were able to get this little guy instead. Okay, so in honor of Earth Day, we have him. So thanks. All right, I'll let you go back and you can come back later. So because it is Earth Week coming up, we've got all kinds of things planned. But first, I'm going to start off with a little trivia question. How old? It's multiple choice, so you get to answer and click on in there. Hi, Gina. How are you, Denise? Okay. How old is the Earth? Right? Multiple choice. Is it 10.2 billion years old? Is it 4.5 billion years old? Or is it 1 billion years old? I'm going to just say the question again. How old is the Earth? Not how old is Carol Ann. No, that's not the question. The question is, how old is the Earth? Is it 10.2 billion years, 4.5 billion years, or 1 billion years? Now, while you think about that, I'm going to have a little sip of this. Boy, that is really good Dr. Pepper. Okay. We're talking about Earth Week and Earth Day. We have got a bunch of things planned on our Facebook page and Instagram and Twitter, so please keep your eyes open for that. There's some really amazing things that we've got coming up. You won't want to miss it. The first thing I wanted to talk about is Rachel Carson, right? So Rachel Carson, this is the great thing about Hoopla. Allow me to tell you the great thing about Hoopla. Okay? Hoopla doesn't just have fiction and nonfiction and biographies and memoirs and all those kinds of things, and it's got TVs and movies. But what I love about Hoopla is that you can actually get down to a specific category. So you can get down to the environmental conservation and protection category. And in honor of Earth Week, I just wanted to bring up Silent Spring by Rachel Carson. Now, this was written in 1962, and this book was instrumental in launching the environmental movement. So Mother Earth thanks Rachel Carson, and I do too. All three versions of Silent Spring are available. The documentary film, the movie, the ebook, and the audiobook. So that's what I love about Hoopla, because you can get anything you want. Okay, so here come my answers. Okay, someone said 4.5 billion, and someone said, and the correct answer, Marianne, congratulations, 4.5 billion years old. No, not me. I see you there. No, no, no. It is not me. That's the Earth, 4.5 billion years old. Young, old. We have to take good care of her, right? We got to take good care of Mother Earth here. Let's see. The other thing, so before I go to the next thing, here's another question. You ready? Okay, so we got the answer was 4.5 billion years is how old the Earth is. Someone gave another choice, 10.2. You know what? I wasn't really sure because I'm old to begin with, so I can't remember back that far. Okay, so the second thing, and this is not related to me. Yay! The next question is, how big is the Earth, right? The Earth's diameter measures how many thousands of kilometers. It is a pretty large planet in the solar system, but the answer that I have is in kilometers, which is probably a nicer way of saying you're a little chubby. But okay, we're not fat shaming anybody. So is the Earth in diameter, which is the distance straight through the middle, is it 12.8 hundred-thousand kilometers? Is it 14.2 hundred-thousand kilometers? Or is it 20,000 kilometers? So you've got 12.8, 14.2, and 20. And I know we shouldn't be talking about Mother Earth's girth, because that's not polite. But so you've got three choices there. The other good thing about having environmental information or books and movies on Hoopla is that you don't just get conservation, but you also get animals, things about animals. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, The Rise of Wolf 8, but this is the book where the Yellowstone Park Rangers reintroduced wild wolves back into the park in 1995. And this is the incredible story of a wolf they called Wolf 8. And he's smaller than the other pups when he comes in. He gets bullied and pushed around. But then eventually he winds up bonding with an alpha female, and it's his story and his journey. It is nonfiction, but it absolutely reads like a novel. And it is terrific. I always say you won't be able to put it down, but yes, Kathy, size matters. But hopefully we don't want to mess and offend Mother Earth more than we're already doing, right? So Rick McIntyre, he is a renowned wolf researcher, and he's just a gifted storyteller. He's talked about other types of animals in the wild and them readjusting and being reintroduced into different natural habitats. So this is just terrific. It's a quick read, and it will give you a completely different impression of what you think you know about wolves. And I thought I knew some stuff, but I didn't nearly know as much as I do now. But that's not the trivia question I asked. The trivia question we asked was, yes, Mary Ann, it's a great book. It's great. You'll love it. And it's also a good book for a book discussion. So it's also something to consider if you're doing a Zoom book discussion. That's worth your time. So what was the question? What was the Earth's diameter? Straight through the middle. The answer is 12,800 kilometers. So I don't know if anyone guessed that. Somebody guessed C. The answer is B. I think it was B. 12,800. I can't remember which one I gave you, which order. But now here's another good question. What is the fifth? So the Earth, the largest planet in this, okay, so you've got all the planets in the solar system. Where does the Earth fall? Is it the fourth largest, the fifth largest, or the sixth largest? I'm very sorry, Mother Earth, that we keep doing this to you. Just bear with me. Okay, so yes, Erica, it's great. You'll love it. So we've got the fourth largest, the fifth largest, or the sixth largest planet. Yes, he was the little wolf that could. It's a great journey, Carrie. You will love it. So let's see. What do we got here? Did anyone guess? Not yet. What planet? Oh, somebody, maybe this is the second question. Okay, but that's all right. We'll come back to that. So that's also a great book. Also on Hoopla, which I ran out of ink. So I couldn't bring you Barbara Kingsolver's book, which is a book about raising your own, I don't want to say crops, but growing your own food and your own herbs and how to make your backyard. She kind of leaves town and starts working on a farm, living on a farm, and doing all these wonderful things. I can't think. Oh, wait, we got the fifth largest and the sixth largest. And guess what, Denise? You're right. It is the fifth largest planet in the solar system. Denise, hooray. Hold on, Denise. Oh, Marianne, too. We got two winners there. I guess you can have your Dr. Pepper whether you win or you don't. I'm not keeping track. So I say you do it both. You can do both things if you want. That's fine. Okay. How much of the Earth's surface is covered in water? Ready? Wait, hold on. Let's see. Woohoo! Are we counting Pluto as a planet? Pluto. We have to count Pluto as a planet. I might let our author in residence talk about Pluto because Pluto's a great little planet, right? Well, we'll see what she says anything. Oh, Carrie, yes, you are 0 for 3. So I think you're entitled to do whatever you like right now with your Dr. Pepper. So whatever you feel comfortable with. Marianne, hold that thought on Pluto. We will get back to you on that. And it looks like my executive producer is not able to get in, and I don't know why. But all right, we'll catch up to her. And let's see if I can get her in here. There she is. Try again, Lori. Okay, so how much of the Earth's surface is covered in water? Is it 70%? 80% or 65%. Oh, Carrie is saying that, Carrie is saying, yes, Carrie's saying it's a dwarf planet, but Erica, wait, I'll show you Erica. Hold on, here she is. This fabulous human being right here says that we can count Pluto. It's a dwarf planet, but it's always part of our system. So, yes, this excellent human being right here. Here she is. Okay, and I will believe what she says about the solar system because she knows a lot more than I ever do. Okay, so 70%, 80%, or 65%. And our answer is, according to our, plus there's pink snow on Pluto, which for me counts extra. And I'm going to, since there's a little hint of pink in here, somewhere, I don't know if you can see it, but there is. Well, pink snow on Pluto plays a part in light from other stars. See? That's pretty good, huh? I couldn't keep this narrative circular if I tried. So I'm very happy for everyone's help with this. I'm very happy for everyone's help on this. Okay, so the answer, not that Mother Earth is retaining water. We don't want to put that out there. Oh, Marion, you catch up. It's great. You won't be disappointed. It was wonderful. I love doing the book discussion for Light from Other Stars. I would do it again 5 or 6 more times because it was just great. Soup to nuts. It was great. And I was really glad it won because I was a fan of it. Okay, so the answer, speaking of retaining water, I love that everyone's a chatty bunch. That's the point. And then I sort of, this is like a regular book discussion for me. Those who attend know what that means. So is it 70%, 80%, or 65%? And the answer is 70%. The Earth's surface is covered in 70% water. That is from the Earth Day Trivia website. Thank you to my trivia person, Jill, librarian Jill, who is very smart about all these things, Mother Nature. And there are more, there's one more question. But the other thing I wanted to bring up, since we're talking about such, these heavy environmental subjects. Oh, I was talking about Barbara Kingsolver. So I'm going to get that title up right now because it is on it is on Hoopla, and she wrote this lovely book about, it's nonfiction, and it's about raising these, here it is, it's called Animal Vegetable Miracle. A year of food life by Barbara Kingsolver. So it's about her leaving the big city and trying to get rid of the industrial food pipeline that we're all on, and trying to live a rural life, and you doing all these things to, thanks Jill, to be sustainable in some way. Now, some of us grow herbs, some of us, every summer I do the basil, we do whatever we can grow, especially the basil because I am Italian. Let's drink to that. So, we have basil, we have oregano, all kinds of herbs that you can buy at the nursery this time of the year, well, soon. And I know that I know Erica actually, this wonderful human, I keep bringing her up because she's here, does raise herbs, and some of the things that she's got going on out where she lives is amazing, and I aspire to that. I unfortunately am not as patient as I would like, because when you kind of throw basil in the ground and it just looks beautiful, and it looks beautiful, and it always smells good, and it's one of those fabulous herbs that tastes great on everything. A little tomato, a little mozzarella, you're good to go. So you can do all of that. But so she wrote this book, and it is available on Hoopla, and again, it is called, I'm going to see if I can get the cover up for you, Animal Vegetable Miracle by Barbara Kingsolver. So there's that. Good. Okay, so that's available also on Hoopla. And then Erica says she's got so much marjoram right now, it's ridiculous. See, that's the kind of thing where I will see that in a garden center. I'll be like, now what can I use with that? What can I, I'm very sort of focused on, does it go with tomato and mozzarella? So that happens. The yes. So everybody who knows Maid knows that that I'm pretty much Italian. You could figure that out. So we call it basil, but we all say basilico. So everybody knows that the Italian version of that is basil. So it's hard for me I look at something like marjoram and I'm like, what the heck do I do with that? So then I plug it into my recipe app on my phone, and then I can find amazing things to do with it. You probably put it in a salad, or it's delicious. So, okay, here's our next Earth trivia question. When was the first Earth Day celebrated? Was it, hold on, was it April 10th, 1970, April 22nd, 1970, or April 23rd, 1971? Okay, so April 10th, 1970, April 22nd, 1970, or April 23rd, 1971. So you can think about that. And I'm going to do a little bit of this. Last or 2 weeks ago, whenever we talked about Daisy Jones and the Six as an audiobook. And a lot of you were telling me that I have to read the audiobook and I have to listen to the audiobook, and I don't really like to listen to audio. It's a little, I don't know, I can't quite focus. So here's the actual book, but I did download the audio. So I will keep you posted, and I will keep you up to date on how I did with that. But anyway, here's the book that we talked about, Daisy Jones and the Six, and it's actually a book that's told in, it's a rock and roll story. It's the rock and roll era of the late 70s, and an entire generation of girls wanted to be Daisy, who I guess is the lead singer, but then they split up, and so it's the story of that, but it's told in an interview format. So each of the band members talk about their experience, and I know that my sister loved it. So she recommended it highly, but now I will look at it as an ebook. Okay, so yes, I think that was Evelyn's recommendation for the audiobook, if I'm not mistaken. So here's the answer. The question was, what was the first day that Earth Day was celebrated? Was it April 10th, 1970? Was it April 22nd, 1970? Or was it April 23rd, 1970? And we have a couple of, look at all you smarties out there. It is April 22nd, 1970. So we're talking about Earth Week. Next week is Earth Day, the 22nd. So to all you smarties out there, see, I know you see that D? That stands for Dr. Pepper. Although Kerry would know exactly what that D stands for in real life. Let's see if he can come up with that answer. Go, Denise! Yay! Yes, Evie, yes, she does pick really good audiobooks. Evelyn does. Yeah, she's great. Love her. Okay, so here's one of the last trivia questions, because I realize what time it is, and I thank all of you. There's a lot of you here, and I thank all of you for staying and choosing to watch this tonight. You can catch up with everything else later. Who was Earth Day founded by? Now, I could give you names, but not all of you are going to know. But I'll tell you who it was, and then maybe you can tell me what state he is from, or if you know who it is, you can write it in. Earth Day was founded by a senator in 1970. So if you know the senator's name, you can pop that in there. And since we've got all this Earth Day information, oh no, here he comes. Here he comes. Since we've been talking about all of the Earth Day, Mother Nature, amazing things that we should all know about for Earth Day and celebrating it wisely and beautifully, and I'm sure Mother Earth is taking quite a big breath right now. I wanted to also talk about, for those people who are looking for that book that you want to just escape, get away from it all, and not worry about anything, this little book called Separation Anxiety. It's funny. It's really delightful. I really enjoyed it. It was fun. I didn't have to think too hard about it. It was just such a lovely immersive read, and it's nicely written. It was really well written, so I kind of like was able to tune everything else out. It's about a wife and a mother, and she's got all these really good intentions, right? She's trying to course correct her life, and she's having these little moments, these epiphanies, and she tries to think of ways to fix things. And, sometimes it just doesn't always go the way we envision it when we talk to ourselves at 2 o'clock in the morning because we can't sleep, right? So it's called Separation Anxiety. It is a fun read, and you can read it's available on Hoopla as an ebook and an audiobook. So I recommend that also. Really delightful. And for those of you who might be late, who came in a little later, I am doing this book discussion, Searching for Sylvie Lee. That will be a Zoom book discussion. I did a Zoom book discussion this week, and one of the funniest things this week was when I did my discussion, a lot of folks were new to it. So we had a lot of people, I was sort of training them how to do it and all of these things. And there was a lot of, can you see me? Can you see me? So I had a co-host, my co-host and executive producer, Michelle, was helping me out with that, and it was really funny, and bringing Zoom to a whole new group of people who have never done anything like that before was a beautiful thing. We had a couple of teary eyes in the crowd that was just happy to see the book group together again, and it went really, really beautifully well. So I was thrilled for all that. Okay, so the senator who founded Earth Day was Senator Gaylord Nelson. And he was from the great state of, I would not know this, so I don't expect you to know this because but I always expect Jill to know this because she knows everything. And that's why I am adoring of her, because she knows a lot of stuff. If you know what state he's from, you can just throw out a state. It doesn't matter. Either way, we're going to have the Dr. Pepper. So, and I'll come back to that in a second. We always talk about shows that we watch. I am just one episode away from the season finale of Better Call Saul. Now, if you haven't watched Better Call Saul, or don't know anything about it, it is sort of the precursor to Breaking Bad. And it's about Saul Goodman and his origins. I can't even tell you, when I found out last night, we watched episode 9, the next week was going to be the 10th episode and the season finale. I threw my slipper at the TV set. But it's just a wonderful, delightful show. It is dark. It is, of course, it's delightful to me because that's the kind of thing that I like to watch. It is wonderful. And the guy who plays Saul is, oh shoot, help me out, anybody. Thank you. That's my daughter in the back, Bob Odenkirk. Thank you, Julia. Bob Odenkirk is amazing in this. That cast is phenomenal. So if you get a chance, you've got plenty of time that you can catch up with Better Call Saul. This season is coming to an end, and I was on the edge of my seat. Okay, Evelyn, have a good Zoom birthday party. See you next week. I'm sure it's not, like this. See you next week. Thank you for your support. Thanks for coming. I'm always thrilled to see you. Yes, Marianne, Bob Odenkirk, Julia chimed in the back. It's all good, man. That's exactly right. Okay, the Senator Gaylord Nelson is from the great state of Wisconsin. And somewhere, and maybe Jill can tell me, the reason he started Earth Day was, I believe, a horrible, horrible oil spill off of California. I think there was an oil spill off the coast of California. Unfortunately, Lori's having trouble. My executive producer is having trouble with her Wi-Fi right now. But I'm thinking that that's what it was. I'm afraid if I mess with my screen, I'm just going to wind up disconnecting. So I'm at 5:39. I'll go a little bit longer. Gaylord does it, and here's an interesting thing, something that I mentioned earlier today. who wrote the environmental thought-provoking book called Silent Spring. And we just talked about her, and a friend to Mother Nature. So that will be probably my last quiz of the day. Let me just see here. There was something else I did want to ask because I didn't know. Oh, all right. So we'll figure out. I'm pretty sure, I'm going to say 99.9% sure that Earth Day started because of this disastrous oil spill off the coast of California. But the average American generates more than 4 pounds of trash per day. True or false? So you can let me know about that. So for those of you who came in late, before we go, yes, Pam, look at you, smarty. Hold on, you did it. Just a reminder to go on Sunday to the Long Island Reads Facebook page, and Erica Swiler, who is the recipient of the Long Island Reads 2020 award, will be doing a Facebook Live event. She will discuss her work. She'll take some questions, and that's going to be amazing. So don't miss that on Sunday at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Most of you read it with your libraries, and it was pretty great. And then I'm doing a book discussion on May 6th. All are welcome to attend that. Keep looking at our Facebook page, or if you have signed up for the Merrick Library newsletter, you don't have to be a Merrick Library patron, but it's fine if you sign up for that. That's okay too. You can find more information there about participating for that 7 p.m. event on Wednesday, May 6th. And you can get your book on Hoopla with no waiting, or you can go to Overdrive and Libby and try that there. Okay, so the answer is the average American generates more than 4 pounds of trash a day, more. And the answer is true. And I've got 4 people in my house, including myself, right? So there's 4 of us. And I try lifting that trash out of the bag. I'm like, what is going on in this house? I don't know what's going on in my house. But okay, so the answer is true. The answer is true. Book discussion, Erica Swiler. If you are a Merrick patron, please fill out your form. Thank you, Erica. I hope you had a good time. Mwah. We will see you on the Long Island Reads Facebook page on Sunday. Good luck. Break a leg. You won't need it. You've got so many fans, and everyone's just waiting to give you that virtual hug. So, see ya. Love ya. Fine, wonderful human right there. Okay. Right. If you're a Merrick Library patron, get in there and start registering your books so we win. And what else? Oh, last thing, we have YouTube TV channel. The channel is all one word, Merrick Library NY. You can find all that great stuff. Also, before I go, on the weekends, on Saturday, our Cirque staff puts together an incredibly theme-based day. They will do cooking day. They will do craft day. All of it related to something on either Hoopla or something on Libby or something related to a service that we offer. So please look for us on Saturdays because Cirque does an amazing job and they make some amazing dishes too. So I got my jelly beans and my Dr. Pepper. And I hope you all had a lovely day, a lovely time. Thank you, Marianne. Mwah. And I hope to see you next week. Once again, I want to thank all our Merrick patrons. You guys are rock stars. We love you. You are awesome. And a very special thank you to the Merrick Library Board of Directors. You guys are incredibly supportive and we appreciate it. And we also want to thank our director and our assistant director, Director Dan and Assistant Director Diane. You guys are terrific. Thank you so much. And Merrick Library has an amazing staff, and the stuff that we do behind the scenes just to get you guys all the latest and the greatest. We do it for you guys. We love you. Please stay safe, stay healthy, stay home. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. I mean, we're everywhere. So please, we are here for you. Really, truly, a click away. You click into anything and we've got it. Don't forget to look for all of the live story times, Miss M and Miss Ellie and all of the, it's just an incredible staff and a great group of people. And I'm thrilled to be able to, even though I'm working from home, I'm thrilled to be able to work with them locally and via Zoom. So check us all out. Stay safe. Thanks again, Merrick patrons. I love you. Okay, I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.